everyone again. Okay, how's your reading been going? All right? All right?
Yeah.
What is the most unusual place you've read this week?
Most unusual is...
Most unusual, most surprising place you've read? I don't know. I sometimes read in the bath. I sometimes read...
It is not so unusual. Really.
That's not so unusual.
Yes.
But when I was a little girl, I used to read in trees.
Tree.
I used to climb up into, I had a favourite tree, and I used to climb up there because I knew no one would find me, and I would read my book up in the tree. Or I sometimes went up on the roof of the house. That was the other place I really liked. So do you have an unusual place where you read, or do you always read in your bedroom?
In my bedroom.
How about on public transport? Do you read on public transport?
No public transport, but sometimes in the kitchen while I'm cooking or...
That's actually quite a good thing to do, because often you have to wait for the water to boil
Yeah.
for the pasta, and so you might as well be reading, mightn't you? Do you read? Where do you read? What's your favourite place to read?
I usually read in my room, but I'm very pleased to read on the street while I'm waiting for the bus, or while I'm walking too, and sometimes I bump into persons because I'm
Really? So you really do read while you walk? That's
Yes.
fantastic. That's
Yes.
really great. And what about you?
Actually, I read often on the public transport.
It's
But
a
my
good way.
favorite place to read is my bedroom.
Yeah.
It is quiet.
And private, yes. I mean, that's quite a nice thing, being quiet and private. All these places are good. Experiment with new places. Maybe you don't realize. Anyway, what we're going to do today is we're going to look at writing, okay? Writing is, without doubt, the most difficult thing a language teacher has to teach. It's really, really difficult. Because, why do you think writing is difficult? What do you think? What makes writing difficult?
It's more difficult than speaking, because you have to pay attention at the grammar, and the use of vocabulary must be more extended.
Yes? So there's the technical things of you've got to get the grammar right, you've got to get the right words, but there's also another really difficult thing that you have to do in writing, and what's that?
To think about what you were writing.
Absolutely, to organize your ideas to write. Now, this first activity is one that's really strict, and it's to try and teach you to think fast, to organize your ideas. You've all, I'm very glad to see, immediately got your books out on your desk. That's what I like to see, all ready to go. And what I'd like you to do, you may not have finished your book, you may be halfway through it, it doesn't matter. I'm going to give you 30 seconds, I'll see how you're going, but the maximum of a minute to write about some aspect of your book. Now, what aspects of the book can we write about, do you think? What do you think we can write about?
Main character.
You can talk about a main character. You can talk about
About setting.
also a minor character. Yeah? Minor characters are often very, very interesting. The other day we were talking about how interesting Count Fosco is, who's a minor character in The Woman in White, but he's a very interesting character. In some books, some books have a very interesting character who doesn't have a speaking poet. Right?
No.
The dog. Okay? You can talk about the setting, okay? The place where it is, or the time it's set. Because, for example, The Hound of the Baskervilles is set in the past. Treasure Island in the remoter past. What are you reading? Romeo and Juliet, way back, the Middle Ages, and Titanic, early 20th century, right? So all of you have a different time to write about, okay? So there are lots of different things you can focus on, aren't there? You could even write about the author, if you know anything about the author. That's another thing you can write about. Okay, but all you're going to get is 30, maximum 60 if I see you're struggling, to get a few words down on paper about, with a narrow focus, think narrow focus. You could write about a particular chapter, for example, or a particular event. Okay? So are you ready?
Yes, we are.
Are you really ready?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
I like to hear. Matthew's always up and at 'em, ready to go. Okay, so ready, steady, go. Okay, stop. I actually gave you 45 minutes, and I've stopped you because I'm so impressed by how much you managed to write in that time. Will you just take 1 second, count up how many words you've written, just count the number of words. How many?
23.
Very good.
20.
Very good. Wow. Okay, that's brilliant. How many sentences?
2 sentences.
2.
3. 2. Okay, that's really interesting. Do you see how quickly you can write if you're under pressure? Okay? It's amazing because it really says, okay, I've got to write something, and you really focus. Now, this won't be the best writing you've ever done in your life, because writers, in fact, look at their work and think about it again. Now, what I'd like you to do now is to exchange with your partner. Okay? I'd like you to exchange what you've written with your partner. And I want you to read what you've done, very quickly, what you've done. And then I want you to take just a minute to talk to your partner about what has been written and how maybe it could have been said in a different way or improved, or if you think it's brilliant, tell him or her so. Okay? So very quickly read and then talk to each other for a minute. Okay?
It can be a story, a normal story, not Jim Hawkins one. Maybe this story has a particular that you didn't read.
It's difficult to focus just on reading this book.
Excellent. I particularly liked your dialogue. You were really thinking about what each other wrote. Now, is it helpful to have, ladies, is it helpful to talk amongst yourselves, or would you prefer if I had done it? How did it feel talking about it together? If I had come and talked about your thing, would it that have been good? Why do you think that is?
Because he is on the same level.
Yeah.
So
So he understands your problems. Teachers, unfortunately, often have real difficulty in remembering what it was like. And we sort of say, well, I taught you how to use the simple present perfect, for goodness sake, why can't you use it? But that's not the point. You're writing under pressure, and you know what your objective is, which was just to get some ideas about the story down, okay? Next time we do this task, we're going to share our stories out loud. I didn't make you share them out loud today because this is the first time you've done it, and it would be embarrassing the first time. The next time we do this task, you'll be more comfortable and we'll be able to talk about it more comfortably together. I think what I really liked about what I heard is you talked about grammar, but you also talked about the ideas. At the end of the day, it's the ideas that are important. The grammar we can always fix. The grammar we can always sort out. But if your ideas are good and well organized, that really works well. Okay. That is one kind of writing activity, writing about books, a short activity. We've done that. We're now going to look at a different kind of writing. And what we're going to look is story making. How do we start a story? What I'd like you to do is look in your books and just pick 3 random words. Any words that you fancy from your story, any words. You pick 3, and we're going to share them. So pick 3 words, very quickly. Actually, I know, I'm going to do it differently. Everybody pick 1 word, and then you'll tell it to me, and we'll do it on the board together to support you. Okay, 1 word is all I need. Okay, first word.
Father.
Father. Okay. Right?
Parrot.
Parrot. That kind of parrot. Great. Okay.
Passengers.
Passengers. Great. One more word.
Hound. Hound.
Hound. Okay. Right. Okay, I want you all to take these 4 words and just write in 1 minute the beginning of the story. But I have to see every one of those words in the beginning of your story. Everyone understand? Yes?
Yeah.
Off you go, 1 minute.
Teacher.
Okay, stop. Okay, we've all had a go. Okay? Did you enjoy that task?
Yes.
Why? Why did you enjoy it?
Because
I love that task. It's one of my favourite tasks. So tell me why you liked it.
Because I had to use my fantasy as
To
never
put
before.
these random words together.
As never before.
Because they're not particularly connected. There's the parrot and the hound, which just about makes it. But otherwise, not. Okay? Did you like it?
Yes, I did.
What, for the same reasons or for different ones?
One of the reasons is that he said And another is that I like in general making stories.
You're a storyteller. I have to say it's a great thing to be. Did you like the task?
Yeah.
Why?
I can use my imagination.
You like using your imagination to create it. Yes, I think it's always fun because it's you who is going into the lesson. It's not the teacher saying, write about whatever, your favorite pet, for example. Why do you like it? Or maybe you don't like it. Maybe you are a dissenting voice.
I liked it that it was difficult for me to mix these different words in a...
It is quite difficult because they're not... Have you ever heard of the phrase a semantic field? A semantic field is words that are related to the word you're talking about. So if you have a parrot, words within that semantic field will be words like cage, different kinds of parrot, bird food, the jungle, the rainforest, words that are associated. These are totally disassociated because all of you all came up with a different word. Do you want to share what you've written?
Yeah. We were on the bus. My father looked at passengers and a strong one who was bringing with him a parrot and a hound. What was this?
Very nice. So the setting here is a bus, okay? So we accommodated the passengers by being on a bus. Excellent. Okay, great.
There were a lot of passengers in a plane which was flying as a parrot, but a strong sound came out from a father's luggage. It was a hound.
Excellent. I like that. This is really taking us into fantasy. Excellent. Wonderful. I like that. Again, we've resolved the problem of the passengers, who are the most difficult words in this. The most difficult word to accommodate is the passengers. And in fact, when I was doing mine, I got my passengers right at the end. I couldn't think while I was writing where I was going to get my passengers in. Okay? So tell me about yours, Lorenzo.
The hound, Nerone, and the parrot, Mertli, are two best friends, and they live in the same house. Once, Nerone's and Marty's fathers wanted to go on an airplane voyage with their owner, and they found it funny to relate with the other passengers.
Excellent. Okay, that's really lovely. I like the way he already got a name for the hound. There's a very famous dog who lived in this house who was called Nerone too. Anyway, read me yours.
So, in the train there was a little girl with her father and a parrot. A man had a big hound, and as it were instructed, he wanted to hunt the bird. So the passengers were surprised to see the dog getting hungry and hungry.
Very, very good. Now that's actually already set up what is particularly, you can see who's the storyteller here. He's already set up the drama, haven't you? We know what is going to happen next. There's going to be either the parrot's going to be eaten or he's not going to get eaten, but we want to know what it is. So, I don't know. I certainly think it's a lot better than my story, which was not very good. But anyway, congratulations. I think this is really excellent start. And we will work on this and get better and better at it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you at the next lesson. Okay?
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.